if you're a member at Ajaye, you know that you're doing something fantastic for yourselves, but also actually some of that money is getting put into the community at the same time.
Get Radio Breakfast with Rich Smith.
We come to the last. Save the best for last, as we say, of the fantastic takeover week that we've had this week, celebrating 10 years of independent Oxford. We've been finding out about the indies across the county, the amazing stuff they do, and it's been absolutely brilliant. I think you will all agree. So for our last interview, please welcome Ajaye Humphillips, the CEO and founder of the Project PT. Ajaye, good morning to you.
Morning, Rich. I had no idea I was the last one. I hope we make this a great finish.
I'm sure we will. What's been quite nice is, and the way it sort of lined up this morning, we spoke to your neighbour, Becky, from Everybody Studio, who is obviously residing upstairs. But now we literally moved downstairs to the Project PT. First and foremost, just tell us a little bit more about it if people haven't come across it before.
Yes, so we run gyms. So we've got one on Magdalen Road, as you've just alluded to, underneath Everybody Studio, next door to Caper Bookshop, Missing Bean, some fantastic independents. And we've just opened in Botley as well. So we're at Westway Square in Botley. The idea of our gyms is that we're for gyms for people who don't want to go to gyms. It's a great investment opportunity.
I like it.
Great pitch. But we're here to serve people who wouldn't ordinarily feel comfortable going to a gym, but who want to get strong, who want to feel good about themselves. And alongside that, we then run projects for young people who are vulnerable to child criminal exploitation, and for teenage girls who are disengaged with physical activity. So if you're a member at our gym, you know that you're doing something fantastic for yourselves, but also actually some of that money is getting put into the community at the same time.
Wow, that is absolutely awesome. And just dealing sort of first and foremost with the problem, I guess, with gyms. And I'm speaking from a first-hand experience of going, I don't want to go to a gym. Why don't I want to go to a gym? I feel a bit self-conscious. I maybe would like to tone up a bit. Everyone stop laughing, please. Thank you. Maybe would like to have that sort of strength and what have you, and do other things. I'm very of the mindset of, okay, well, I like sport. I like playing football. I like playing squash. I like running. That's all very much outdoorsy kind of fitness type things. But in terms of lifting up some weights, I don't think I've ever done it because I'm that person who is a bit self-conscious, who is a bit kind of like, is everyone looking at me? Am I doing it wrong? And I'm not alone speaking this. There must be you've seen literally, there must be so many people like this.
Yeah, 100%. Unfortunately, I think it all starts back at school. 70% of our members have a negative experience in PE and in sport, and then that sort of dictates how they're going to feel in later life. But I think also our fitness industry has a huge part to play in it. It can be quite a toxic space where people feel that it's not the right place for them because they don't look a certain way or they don't understand how to use certain equipment. And I think that's incredibly sad. We try to remove all ideas of how one should look and actually what can our bodies do? And what can it do today? And what do I want it to do in a few weeks' time? But I think that you are entirely correct. You are in the majority, and it's incredibly sad. And our industry's got so much more that it needs to do in order to get to a place where everyone feels it's the space for them.
And it's one of these things. And I mentioned, funny enough, I mentioned this with Becky a little bit earlier on, and everyone has sort of drifted into this word of community. That it's together, and kind of without it, no one kind of has these wonderful shops, places, PT studios and what have you. No one has this because that community that you forge is like-minded. And actually, it's almost the answer to the problems. It's the answer to the questions that everyone's going, i.e., I don't really like going to a gym because I feel self-conscious. Bang, answer, Project PT is the answer to that. Yeah.
I think community is one of our core values. So for first and foremost, being a part of Independent Oxford is the right place for us because we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the community of businesses and the community of people around us. But at the same time, we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the community of members we've built. Because when someone like yourself walks into one of our facilities feeling nervous, anxious, this isn't the space for them. It's not just our team of coaches who support them to feel that it's the right place. It's the whole community around them, because they have, the majority of those people have experienced that feeling that that person's feeling coming into the site. And it's about them ensuring that they feel part of that community as soon as possible. And I think we don't put enough value on how important community is.
Hear to that. I couldn't have put it better myself, AJ. That's an incredible way of putting it. We wanted to talk about this morning the social impact report. Now, I guess this is this sort of harks back to what you alluded to just at the start. Yes, of course, being a gym with wonderful members and a wonderful community. And again, this has been a theme this week. It's going the extra mile. It's doing different things. It's extending that arm of going, okay, I have a space. I have some weights in it. What am I? I'm a gym. Yes, but also what am I?
Yeah, we're incredibly lucky that every single year we get to sit there and write a social impact report and take stock of everything that we've achieved. And I think last year was kind of our best year to date. Obviously our mission is to work with young people vulnerable to child criminal exploitation. For those of you who sort of don't understand what that perhaps means, that's young people involved in county lines. I think obviously we've just had I'm not sure if I'm allowed to mention, but we just had a Netflix TV program that everyone's talking about, adolescence.
Yep.
And that's a great talking point, but what are we going to do after that? And it's projects like we're able to run that support those young people. So our social impact report that we've just done has shown that 75% of the young people that we worked with over the last few years have not gone on to reoffend. So by putting them into a gym, by providing them with an opportunity to build on their own personal strengths, by seeing them for the authentic people that they are, and by teaching them to lift weights, to box, to understand about their bodies, and to provide them with a qualification, has led for 75% of them not to go on and reoffend. So those are the sorts of things that other businesses can be doing and that we can be doing. No,
for sure. And actually, running your own business, it is, it's always a forward-thinking thing. You're always looking at, right, okay, what's happening later on today? What is happening next week? What have we got on? What's coming up this year? What are we doing? Actually, the value and that kind of that great feeling and the reason maybe why we all get into owning businesses is actually looking back and seeing what we've done and seeing the impact that we've made and hopefully the good that it's done for that community that we hold so dear.
Yeah, definitely. I think we can all take away from that today, can't we? It's not just those of us who are running businesses, but what did I achieve last year? As opposed to all those setting of New Year's resolutions. I think we're still in March. We can still probably talk about that. But actually, what did I achieve last year? How did I grow as a human, or how did I grow as a parent? Whatever that is, I think it's great for us to just take stock.
No, it really, really is. AJ, it's been amazing catching up with you, and actually, you have rounded off this week absolutely beautifully because of talking about the extension of everyone, the amazing impact that Independent Oxford has had over the last 10 years, the amazing community that you work with, even just from what you do as well. So, weirdly, I think it's been a great one to end on, as we said at the start of the show. So, look, I really appreciate you joining me this morning. Best place to find out a little bit more about you, website, social media, etc.
Yeah, nice and simple, the Project PT, so .com or @ you can find out lots. Just become involved in some way, shape or form, or perhaps just learn a little bit more about how you can send the right message out about those young people that we've just been speaking about.
Here. Brilliant stuff. AJ, thank you so much for joining us this morning. It's been a really, really great catching up with you.
Thank you, Rich.
It's brilliant. It's AJ Hunt-Phillips, the CEO and founder of the Project PT with their 2 gyms down in Oxford. Go check out the website to get more involved in that. And as we've heard about all of this week, going the extra mile, doing those extra things, and the difference that it is making to our community, the one that you're in right now, you're listening to me, you're in it right now. And they're doing the amazing work. So look, I knew this week would be amazing, and it absolutely has been. So big up to Independent Oxford and all of our guests that we've had on this week.